I'm open for any process.
What is it for you? At what point did you recognize? Yeah, were you insecure when going into the studio that you didn't have enough fixed ideas, or is that also the challenge then to make it?
Yeah, of course, it's an extreme challenge, but at the same time you have to be really certain about what you're doing. I mean, save yourself a lot of trouble and be prepared before you go in and record stuff.
But will you work this way again, maybe in the future?
Yeah, I'm open for any process that.
But when you listen back to it, do you hear yourself, or do you think that people can tell that it's recorded this way, or do you have the feeling that you camouflage that very well when you listen to it now?
If you have these really sensitive audiophile ears, maybe you will hear that the basic recordings are breathing analogically, heavenly. But maybe you can detect that some of the reverbs are more like
More modern.
Yeah,
so
more
to
modern.
say.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Was it meant ironically that maybe you put it out on an LP? Is it something you are consciously? Yeah. Are you an audiophile yourself? You would say.
Not really. I just feel that my vinyl collection, my vinyl records, is more pleasing to my ears. And the last couple of months, I've discovered my old tape collection. So I just play a lot of tapes over a monophonic cassette system in my kitchen. It sounds really nice.
But but is it also maybe because there's some really hardcore fans of you that are really digging deep into the music? Do you have the feeling that you're sort of obligated to them to make this in this way, or
we are not obligated to anyone? Of course, I appreciate our following and people that are interested in what we're doing, but this was a pure like aesthetic for purely aesthetic reasons. We did this.
Can I just? Will there be a single put out of this album, or is already released?
For A Child of the Future?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it will be a single put out.
Okay.
We just don't work in these ways anymore. We don't make music videos or singles anymore.
Okay, I just was thinking because sometimes we make an extra item for a certain song, but if you don't have that,
no.
You said you don't want to look ahead so much, and you also said that you don't want to broaden the spectrum of musical diversity, but more dig into the details of it. Is that something you will continue doing, or did you succeed with that album? With this album, do you think in this way?
A Child of the Future album?
Yeah, or maybe the little lucid moments. Maybe is that the better example? Do you think of what you try to achieve there?
Yeah, possibly, because it has something to do with the songwriting as well. That you're trying to make it as wholesome as possible and not too complicated in a way, because sometimes you tend to make things too clever, maybe, and maybe a bit too clever for yourself sometimes. And
did you get lost at some point?
Definitely.
Where did you get lost?
No, in general, I get lost in chords and melodies and the extreme challenge of trying to perform them live. You know, it can be really terrible. You understand for yourself that you wrote a really useless melody because you're not able to pull it off live. So here is some kind of teaching lesson for yourself. But at the same time, you can't compromise. If you really have this nice idea or nice melodics, you shouldn't compromise it either. So it's two sides. You try to strive and stretch yourself to be as flexible as possible to try to realize your fantasy.
Will the focus be then more for what you can maybe foresee now? Will it be more on songwriting and maintaining these melodies? And
I think you set yourself a couple of goals and you end up somewhere else all the time anyway. But
Can you name a goal that you have maybe now?
I have a goal I have a musical goal actually for this evening. I'm gonna play a gig here in Harlem in a couple of hours, and I have a goal to survive the gig somehow.
So
Make my way through it and keep my ears open and try to respond, and
be in the
hopefully it will be something there.
One last question then.
Yeah.
You're known that you don't play the same set list very often.
No.
Not exact.
Mm.
How many songs do you have now ready to pick from?
We could play 50, 60 songs, maybe around 60 songs now with Kenneth, and also we added some electronics, samplers and trigger keyboards. So we are able to do.
Okay. Well, thank you a lot for your time.
Thank you.